There's something weird with the sound when we're typing. Oh.
It was just looping.
Okay. Amy, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you made it back from Germany. What a heck of a travel experience. We'll just wait a couple more seconds before we begin. Hopefully, a couple more of you guys get logged in. Oh, Kimberly, hey! Oh, it's so cool that we'll be able to have now we have someone from Georgia and someone from Florida. So even though physically we're far apart, we can stay connected emotionally. I'll just make sure a couple more of you, if you could just say hello, if you're just joining us, if you could just say hello when you get logged in, just to make sure that, I'm giving everybody a second before we get started. If you are already logged in, what you'll need, if you have yoga blocks, you want to get those nearby. Don't worry if you don't. Maybe just a couple big books nearby. It's only if in forward fold you kind of like to have the option to bring the floor close. And maybe just like a big couch cushion, or if you have a bolster nearby, kind of gather those things around. We just give it another second before we begin.
Okay.
Yeah.
If people aren't mobile, they might not be able to comment. There's 7 people watching
Okay. So Ben, it's so great. Ben's my in-house tech guy. Ben, can you see who's logged in so I can say hi to them really quick? Or no?
now.
Okay. Well, if you're logged in mobile, I love you. I'm so grateful to get some time to practice with you. Um, and so yeah, just give it a couple more minutes. So yeah, for those of you logged in mobile, I'm just so grateful that we're going to get a little time to practice in. If you're just joining, I'll say it again. The props you might need, maybe a big pillow nearby, blocks or books if you like to bring the floor to you, in some of the lunging poses, or in like a forward fold. Okay, someone else just joined us. Thank you for being patient. We'll just give a couple minutes. Cool. Welcome to those of you just joining us. Um, as you get settled in, just try to have, if you like blocks, get those nearby. If you like, to have a big cushion, sometimes that's helpful too. And as you are settling in on your mat, just taking an easy seated pose to start with. I'm going to move back when we start moving, but I just wanted to kind of be close as we began so that I could kind of context the class for you. So settling into an easy seat, maybe just starting to check in with your breathing, letting yourself settle into whatever space you're in. Okay. So going ahead and getting started, I just want to share with you the idea behind this class is around paradox, or the idea that every experience in our lives, the fullest spectrum from our greatest joy to our greatest suffering, it all is what is part of the spiritual fullness of our lives. And right now, we're currently in this situation, we're all very vulnerable. Um, we're all feeling this sense of uncertainty about what comes next. But the cool thing about vulnerability, or interesting, or however you want to perceive it, is that vulnerability is the place where we have the most opportunity to connect. So, in that connection and in that vulnerability, we have the same opportunity for that experience. And with this situation that's going on right now, the thing is that no matter how you're experiencing this situation, if it's social isolation, or you have family members who are ill or far away, or whatever your worries or fears are, or whatever your connections are, whatever you're experiencing, no matter how it's affecting you, and it's affecting all of us. So we're all being impacted by the current state of what's happening. So this is my offering, just to be able to come together virtually and be able to connect with your own breath, which is your life force, your prana. So being able to say, give yourself some space to feel your body and feel your breath and feel your life force moving through your body. And it's also an invitation to show up to your emotions, whatever they may be. Emotions are a doorway to our truth. So whatever emotion shows up with for you today on your mat and your practice, just welcoming it, letting it be there, letting your body experiencing it, and understanding that you have the full capacity to feel that full spectrum of human emotion, and letting that be a doorway to what's really true for you in this moment. And then the final invitation is just to show up and witness your thoughts. Maybe you've been kind of working through a lot of stuff and you haven't really been able to notice what the impact of your thoughts. Maybe you're really busy with kids. Maybe you're trying to figure out stuff with work. Maybe there's just so much stress that your thoughts are running at a constant loop. So, this practice is an invitation to become a witness to your thoughts and how they're impacting you. So once we get moving, it'll be a warm up just to get your energy flowing, and then we'll pause and center, and then we'll move into a flow, an embodied flow, and then we'll finish with deep relaxation. Always a reminder from my heart to yours that you are your best teacher. So anytime, and I can't even see you, right? So anytime though, not that I would judge you if I could, anytime that you feel the intuitive pull to do something, please do it. That's your wise inner voice, and it deserves to be listened to. So I just want to make sure that you understand that as well. All right, now let's begin. So I'm going to find my way to my mat. Hopefully you've settled in on yours and making your way to all fours. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and knees, underneath your hips. Just feeling your hands touching the floor for a moment and your knees connecting with the floor. Just feeling your body being supported by the earth. Feel the length of the crown of your head to your tailbone. Feel the support of your belly holding your spine straight. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, dropping your belly through to the floor, bringing your shoulder blades towards one another. And then when you're ready to breathe out, tucking your chin to your chest, rounding your spine, making space between your shoulder blades, and tucking your tailbone in, turning your pelvis under. And then just beginning to let your body warm and flow. So your inhale perhaps is what leads you to drop your belly toward the floor, bringing shoulder blades together, moving your heart forward. And then your exhale, helping you round. Just moving at your own pace here. Inhaling for length and exhaling to round. Perhaps you want to move a little faster, building heat. Or maybe you want to move a little bit more slowly, checking in to all the spaces in between. Beginning to move the energy in your body. Noticing how your breath connects. And then maybe even just letting it expand a little bit into something a little bit more organic. Maybe you start to move your hips in circles. Maybe your head is craving some movement and you circle your head. Maybe your rib cage starts to move. Just let your spine move as it serves you. Maybe you even take some lateral bends in your spine, taking your right ear toward your right hip, and then coming back through center, and then your left ear coming to your left hip. You can even turn and look back at your hip. And then when you feel ready, walking your hands in towards your knees, coming up to stand on your knees. Inhaling, bringing your arms up alongside your ears, maybe even looking up toward the ceiling or the sky. And then exhale, taking your hips back to your heels, rounding forward over your thighs, coming into a child's form. And then inhale, sliding forward, dropping through that cow posture, belly drop, chin lifted, pelvis tipped. And then when you're ready, exhale, tucking your toes under, lifting your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And then when you're ready to breathe in here, rolling over your toes, dropping your hips forward, shining your heart forward, rolling shoulders back and down, finding cobra, and taking a nice deep breath in. And then when you're ready to breathe out, coming back through your tabletop, all the way into child's form. And then your in breath brings you right to the top of the flow again. So we'll try this a couple rounds. Inhaling. Exhaling, finding child's form. Inhale, drop your belly through, squeeze shoulders together, cow shape. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shining your heart forward. Exhale, bring your knees to the earth, sailing all the way back, child's form. And inhaling, finding yourself standing on your knees again. So taking this flow a few more times at your own pace. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more round from wherever you are. And then when you're ready, we'll all just meet sitting back on our heels, drawing your hands to heart center. Taking a moment here, feeling your breath, just feeling your hands coming together at your heart. And then when you're ready, just walking your body all the way out, coming to lay down on your belly. Just take a moment to ground and center your belly, connecting with the earth. So we're going to come into what's known as crocodile form. So you can let your feet be a little bit wider than the mat. And bringing your hands stacked on one on top of the other and resting your forehead down on the floor. I won't bring mine all the way down so that you can still hear. And just letting your toes turn out to the side if that's comfortable, or if not, just letting the shoelace top part of your foot rest on the floor. And just allow yourself to completely settle in on the earth. Feeling your body breathe, noticing your belly as you breathe in against the floor. Filling your body completely with breath. And then breathing out. Feeling your body sink into the earth. And just continue to expand on your inhales, feeling your breath radiate out from the center of your body as you breathe in, all the way to your toes, all the way to the top of your head, and out through your fingers. When you're ready to breathe out, just completely breathing out, feeling your body sink in against the floor. Notice any sensations that arise in your body and heart. Detect any emotion that's present for you right now. Become aware of any sensation that's present. Perhaps your stomach gurgles, or you can feel your heartbeat. Perhaps you notice in your body places of tension or places that feel soft. See if you can just invite yourself to notice without judgment or any need to correct or solve what you notice in your body. Simply imagine you are the sky. And all the thought and emotion and sensation that you notice are clouds. And you simply just watch and observe and allow them to float and move and transform as you watch. Returning to your breath, letting your breath breathe you for a moment. Feeling that radiant life force filling you as you breathe in. And feeling it release anything you don't need as you breathe out. Allowing yourself to be present and just witness what is without any need to analyze, try to push away, or correct. Focus on your own intuition. Connect with your own intention. How might you want to show up on your mat tonight? How do you need to show up in your body, in your heart, in your mind? For just a moment, begin to bring some energy into your legs, squeezing your glutes as hard as you can, drawing your perineum, the space just between your sit bones, up and squeezing as you take a long, deep breath in into this large muscle in your body. And then when you're ready, just breathing out and softening, releasing your glutes completely. Try this a few more times. The in breath draws your glutes in and up. You lift through your perineum, sending energy up through the crown of your head. And just holding at the top, squeezing. And then when you feel ready to breathe out, letting go. Trying this a few more times on your own. Giving yourself as much space and time as you need to release completely on each exhale. Try one last round of this. And then bringing your arms out to a T shape, directly out from your armpits. Turning your right ear to the floor. Tenting your left fingertips and just rolling onto your right shoulder. Taking your left foot behind your right leg. And just taking a couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, switching times, switching sides. And rolling onto your left shoulder, tenting your right fingertips, taking your right leg behind your left. Feeling your body breathe in this shape. And then just taking a few flows through this. So the inhale as you move through, exhaling as you roll onto your right shoulder. Inhale, rolling flat. And exhale, opening. Perhaps it's more useful to move with your breath in a different way. Please feel free to do this. Taking a few more rounds like this. And then returning flat to your belly. And then bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Coming back to sit on your hips, finding child's form. Extending your arms out long. Taking a few long, deep breaths here, connecting with your long, radiant breath. Drinking breath in through your nose. And out, just softening to the earth. And then slowly rocking your weight forward into your hands, lifting your hips up and back, and rolling your heels toward the ground. Don't worry about if they hit the floor or not. Just moving them in that direction, shaking your head no, shaking your head yes. Feeling the length from your fingertips all the way up to your hips as you shine your heart back toward your thighs. And find your long, even breath here. Taking 3 rounds here. Just becoming present to whatever is real for you right now. Noticing the sensations in your body. Feeling any emotion that's real. And then as you feel ready, just inhaling your right leg up, just keeping it parallel to the floor, your hips parallel to one another. Drink a long breath in as you push back a little bit more perhaps. And then exhale, just bringing your knee right in toward your heart. We'll try a few of these. Inhaling long. And then bringing your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale takes you long. And then you're taking a little twist, bringing your right knee toward your left elbow. And then inhaling long. And then dropping your right leg down. Resetting your downward facing dog. Perhaps even adding a flow here. Inhaling, coming forward, finding your plank. And lowering knees, then heart, bringing your elbows right next to your chest. Inhale, smile your heart up. Exhale, finding your upside down V. And then connecting with one long, full breath. Inhaling, your left leg comes long. Exhale, knee draws through toward your center. Moving at your own pace, inhaling, connecting your left knee to your left elbow. Inhaling long. Exhale, your left knee finds your right elbow. Inhaling long. Exhale, dropping your hands down, your feet down. And then finding the flow if it's useful. You can even come through plank, dropping all as one piece. Inhale, roll shoulders back and down. Feel the fullness of your breath in. And in paradox, totally opposite end of the spectrum, feel an entire breath out as you push back into downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Perhaps you notice some heat building. Maybe you even notice some resistance in your body. Notice how you show up to that. Coming out to find a plank posture. And then just rolling out to the outer edge of your right foot. Your knee is always available to you if you need support. Or you can bring your right leg stacked under your left and just taking a side plank. We'll just take a couple little circles with our arms here. Inhaling. You can even play with lifting your foot up if that's useful. And finding your way back to plank. Inhale, feel the power from your heels to your head, coming through down, lifting up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find a smooth breath here. And then when you're ready, float out and find plank again. Rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot or bringing your left knee down. Once you feel supported and set up in the way that serves your practice, Connect with some breaths. Find some motion in your right elbow, your right shoulder. Maybe even just lifting your leg up, having some fun. There's so much to explore in your body. And then when you're ready, inhaling, exhale, find your flow. And meeting back in downward facing dog. And then looking forward at your hands, walking your feet towards your hands. Inhaling. And then exhaling, releasing. And just let your torso pour forward from your hips like the waterfall crashing from the top of a peak. Play with bending and straightening your legs. And then when you're ready, sweeping your arms out to the sides, up overhead, drinking in a full, deep, nourishing breath. And then remember your intention, drawing that back into your heart. Breathing smoothly. And then taking a big, long, wide stance on your mat. Turning your toes out to the corners of your mat. Inhaling, gathering all the energy in the earth. And then exhale, drawing it through your heart as you squat down. A few more like this. Inhale, gather out, drawing your heart out and up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhaling up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale up. Exhale in. And just as we draw energy from the top, drawing energy from the earth, feeling the energy from the ground, come up, crossing your arms over your body, opening your heart toward the sky, and expanding your flow. Connecting with your prana, your breath, finding where you breathe in and where you breathe out. What are you gathering toward yourself? What do you really need? As you consider what you value most as your fingers trace across the earth and your heart shines toward the sky, let that become really what's real for you right now. And then when you're ready, just taking a bend in your knees, connecting your forefinger and your thumb, becoming completely present to your body. Perhaps you notice a lot of information, a lot of sensation in your thighs. How can you be soft in this shape? How can you be activated and strong in your base and soft at the same time? Touching your thumb and forefinger together to say, I am here. And then turning towards your left side of your mat, stepping your right foot out as much as you need to so that your right hip can come parallel to your left hip, bending your left knee right over your left ankle. Inhaling, breathing up. Exhale, soften into the shape. How are we strong and soft at the same time? Where does that paradox live in your body? And then bringing your shoulder blades together, interlacing your fingers, drinking a deep breath in, and bowing forward humbly. And then slowly lifting up, bringing your arms up alongside your ears. Once again, shining your heart out and up. Interlacing your fingers and bringing them behind your head and just opening your heart to the sky. Sometimes when we open our hearts and our throats, it's the place where we're most open and free, but also so vulnerable. And then when you're ready, bringing your arms alongside your ears, leaning forward across your bent left thigh, slowly begin to pick up your right foot. Maybe there is a wall nearby like I have. Maybe there's not. Maybe you draw your hands into your heart. And then when you're ready, just putting a bend in your left knee, bringing your hands to the earth. Perhaps your blocks come underneath your hands. Maybe you tent your fingers. And just find a standing split, looking back. Maybe making some circles with your right foot. Feeling the range of motion in your hip. Then when you're ready, just gently bending your right knee, bending your left knee, coming down into a half squat. Taking a moment to settle here. Maybe you want your blocks underneath your hands, so maybe you grab those and get those handy. We're just going to take a gentle flow here. So taking a deep breath in. And then exhale, pushing into the floor, into your blocks, lifting your leg up. Finding that standing split. And then coming back down. Let this be your dance, your flow. So setting it up for yourself. The inhale is your length. The exhale brings you down. You can expand into it in any way that feels good for you. Maybe your arms start to dance. Maybe you need a little shake. Maybe you want to explore your hip once more. And then when we're ready, and you're ready, find a standing split. Grounding your left foot into the earth, reaching your right foot back, turning your toes out to a 45-degree angle, finding that warrior posture one more time. Nourish your body with a deep in-breath. Exhale, rotate back towards center. Taking one more squat, bringing your hands to your thighs, thumb and forefinger touches. You're here. You're safe. Any other affirmation your heart might need right now, give it to yourself. What do you really need to know? And then rotating opposite side. So same flow on the opposite side. Bringing your left hip parallel to your right. Bending your right knee out over your left. Inhale, lifting your heart up. Find your strength and your softness in this shape. And when you're ready, interlacing your fingers, squeezing your shoulder blades together, shine your heart up and bow humbly. When you're complete, rising up, arms coming up once more, offering your heart to the world. And then slowly coming forward, releasing your left foot from the earth, reaching your arms forward or bringing them together at your heart. How do you find balance in your body? Balance is never stillness. How can you find support for what you need to feel balanced? And when you feel ready, bending your left knee, your right knee, and then moving into a standing split. Bringing your hips parallel, making circles, feeling the range of your right hip. You might notice one side is different from the other. I certainly am right now. And then putting a bend in your right knee, finding that half squat on this side. Set up your blocks as you like them. Maybe rock your hips a little bit. And starting your flow. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, pushing into your right foot. Inhaling. Starting your dance. Maybe yours expands into something completely unique to you. It gets to be there. Let it happen. Take a few more rounds here. Now when you're ready, finding your standing split one more time. Extending your left leg long. Shining your heart up. And then turning out toward the front. And just coming to rest in a standing star shape. Just express your star however it needs to be. Maybe the energy draws more inward. The energy in is what you need. Maybe it's somewhere in between. Just express your star how it belongs. And then when you're ready, just taking a little bit of cross body motion, bringing your right hand to your left foot. Inhaling through center. Left hand finds your right foot and keep your flow for just another moment. Inhaling and exhaling. can find your way back through center. Bring your feet ball heel towards one another. Just coming to stand in mountain. Feet underneath your hips. Shoulders settle back and down, palms turn forward. And just being with what is real for you now. Bringing your hands, stacking right hand over left hand, creating a joint fist. Your thumbs pressed together. And then bringing them right in under your ribs. This is something I learned this weekend called zipping up fear. Take a big, deep breath in. Fill your body completely. And then as you breathe out, just pushing in with your hands in and up. Just pulling all your energy in and up. From the earth, through your root, through your pelvis, through your solar plexus and up into your heart. All the way through the crown of your head. Try a few rounds just like this.
But fear won't move my heart tonight. I can take, I can still change.
And then releasing your hands, just taking a couple of breaths without needing to do anything to them. And then just bringing both of your hands to your sternum. Starting to tap here. Maybe you start to think of bringing energy in toward your heart, stimulating your lungs, stimulating your nervous system, your immunity. Maybe you start to say your own unique mantra. What do you want? What do you need? What is your heart telling you right now? You can let it get louder and bigger. Just bringing energy in. And then slowly slowing down. Inhaling, arms out to the sides, up overhead. Going through heart center. Making your way all the way down to an easy seat. Bring your blocks nearby and perhaps your pillow too, so it's handy. We're going to come into bound angle or Baddha Konasana. So if you have a tightness in your hips, you can sit up and bring your hips above your knees for this. Bringing the soles of your feet together. And just even if you want to bring the blocks or the books that you have or even other pillows underneath your bringing your pelvis into a neutral space, so not tipped too far forward or rounded too far back, and you can kind of rock your pelvis a little bit to sort of find where is that middle balance for you and your body. Inhale your heart to the sky. And then exhale, just bowing forward, releasing. And slowly rising back up, moving all of your props out of the way. Turning to the long side of your mat. And then just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling down onto your back. Bringing your block nearby to your hand so you have it handy, or even a pillow could work too. Bringing your palms flat to the earth, bringing your heels just straight out directly from your hips. Knees gently bend. Just gonna take a couple rolling bridges. So just starting with your tailbone, pushing down into the floor, lifting your hips up. Pushing your arms into the floor. And just noticing if your knees kind of droop out to the side, gently invite them back toward the center lines. Find an in-breath here. Watch your body breathe. So as you breathe in, you'll notice your belly fill from this angle. And slowly rolling down, one vertebra at a time. As you breathe out. Inhaling at the bottom, rocking your pelvis forward. Exhale, pushing into the earth, roll up. Slowly roll down. And moving at your own pace. And perhaps even just taking a minute at the top of your bridge, just to interlace your fingers, walk your shoulders toward one another, pushing up a little bit more so your chest starts to meet your chin, and you just gently lock into your throat for a second. Again, find a space in your body here where you can feel your muscles engage, but you can allow softness. Your breath will help you do this. And then slowly rolling down, hugging your knees into your chest. And then taking your arms up to a T, inhaling, exhaling, bringing your knees to the right, turning and looking to the left. And then rolling through, inhaling to center, bringing your knees back over to your left side, turning to look out toward the right. And just rolling through. And then slowly extending your legs back out long on the earth. Bringing the palms of your hands down by your hips. And then just pushing with your forearms into the floor. Rolling to the top of your head, just gently opening through your throat. Finding exactly the right amount of sensation for your body. And just taking a couple breaths here. Exploring sensations in your body in this space. Shoulders sink back and down. How can you be soft and sturdy here? And slowly bring your body flat. Take any last postures your body needs to come into relaxation. From cupping to rest. Perhaps you like a rolled blanket or something round underneath your knees to rest. Whatever you need, just coming to find just a few minutes of deep relaxation. If you're afraid you might be cold, get socks or a sweatshirt. Palms turn up toward the ceiling. And just allow yourself this moment to be the still point in the turning world. That space is bad. This space is good. The ride is rough, or the going is smooth. You're thrown into suffering. You're thrown into joy. Beloved soulmate, find the space in the center, the pulsing spaciousness, encompassing all opposites. Here, the essences of creation at play: earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the senses that perceive them. The center is the dancing ground. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, rolling to one side. And slowly making your way to an easy seated posture. We'll take one long last breath together, breathing in and breathing out. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'm just going to come a little closer. Hopefully everything went well up here. All right. I'm here for you. I really mean that. And because I need you too. So please stay in touch. Let me know how this went. Let me know how the sound was. Let me know if what you could see, what you couldn't see, because if we can keep doing this. We might be far apart in space, but we're not far apart in heart. So namaste, deep love to each of you.